Hi guys, I hope you're all well. It's currently Sunday the 18th of April 2021 and welcome to week 275 of my weight loss journey. I'm going to start the proceedings off by reviewing my calorie consumption for the past week, which we can see in the graph above. The average of this was 2,405 compared to the previous week at 2,726. I have managed to bring it back down within my 2,500 calorie allowance average for the week, which is a great result, especially having gone through the previous week where it was my motivation just wasn't there, especially at the start of the week. So it's good to get that back under control. My fluid consumption has increased from the previous week to 3,450 millilitres, just short, 50 millilitres short of my 3,500 millilitre target average for the week. So both stats are a lot better than they were the previous week. But what about my activity levels in the form of my step count? This can be seen in the graph above. The average of this was 13,164 compared to the previous week at 10,492. There's a big jump up this week in steps. I've been doing that a little bit more to try and get things moving again. As we all know, every 5 weeks I retake my body measurements to see if I've made any progress in that area as well. So without further ado, here are my latest results. Out of the 14 body measurements which I monitor, I've not seen any losses across any of those. So for the past 5 weeks, my body measurements have maintained. So therefore, in the 275 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've lost a total of 125.7 inches, which is 319.3 centimetres. It's that time of the week where we all get to see if I've managed to lose any more weight. So here it is guys, here's my weighing. I weigh 164.9 kilograms, which is 363.6 pounds, or 25 stone 13.6 pounds. This means in the past week, I've seen a gain of 2.5 pounds, or 1.1 kilogram. Now, I am going to give some explanation into why I've seen this result, especially after seeing the stats what I've just presented, which are very positive. So why have I seen this gain result? Well, this Saturday was the first time I've managed to go back to my Slimming World group meetings. Well, at least go to the venue to get an official Slimming World weighing result. That weighing result saw a loss of 3.5 pounds or 1.6 kilogram. Between yesterday's result and the last official weighing result at Slimming World, which was on the 2nd of January 2021, there's been, whilst I've been doing my home weighing results, a discrepancy or an error of 2.5 pounds or 1.1 kilogram has crept in. So because the Slimming World weighing scales are a calibrated piece of kit, I've basically now just aligned my weighing scales to make the difference. So my weighing scales are now aligned again with Slimming World. So that's why I've got to report a home weighing gain, yet a Slimming World loss. But one thing what I have taken from this is I've looked back through my data and I'm 13.9 pounds, so close to a stone basically, or 6.3 kilograms heavier than my lightest point so far on my journey, which was at the end of October last year, which coincidentally falls right on the point where I got made redundant from my job. So from that point happening, obviously I've gained a little bit of weight, but we know what's the cause. So let's put some corrections in place. So over the next coming weeks, this is typically where I should put it at the end of my video, but in the next coming weeks, I'm going to focus on losing that stone in weight to get myself back down to my lowest point and maybe I'll rephrase that, get back to my lowest recorded weight so far on my journey and hopefully start breaking into new ground again. But yeah, that's a quick summary of my weight. So let's continue on with the rest of the video. Based on this week's weight gain, it sees my body mass index go from 47.9 up to 48.2. And if we look at my third weight loss target, last week it was 57.3% complete, and after the gain it has to go down to 53.7% complete. So in the 275 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've lost a total of 177.6 pounds, which is 80.6 kilograms or 12 stone, 9.6 pounds. Next week, well, you already know because I mentioned it earlier on within my video, I'm wanting to start working towards getting my weight back down to its lowest recorded point, which was at the end of October last year. Now, which equates to about a stone in weight, or 13.9 pounds if we're being precise about it, or 6.3 kilograms. So that's the weight I need to lose to get back to my lowest recorded weight, and ideally start breaking new ground again. But obviously there's three stats which I'm always monitoring to help me achieve these goals. That first being my fluid consumption. Well, that's just fell short this week, but if I want to nudge that up to get it above 3,500 milliliters as an average for the week. My calorie consumption though, that's within target. It's under 2,500 as an average for the week, so that's where it needs to be. And my activity levels is well above 10,000 steps as an average. So I want to continue doing that, and of course incorporating my dumbbell exercises, particularly for my chest exercises, on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So let's try and smash this weighing scales reading next Saturday morning, and I'll also be able to report yet another official Slimming World result weighing. So let's hope for a decent weight loss this coming week. But other than that, guys, that's it. That's the end of this week's video. As always, if you'd like to continue following me along my weight loss journey and hopefully get to see much less of me in the future, by all means, subscribe to my channel so you don't get to miss out on any future videos that I post. I wish you all a fantastic week. Stay safe, look after one another, and I'll see you all again next Sunday.